Why I have to work so much without a rest? Why the working hours is so long that I cannot have a rest for working so much hours? It is so ridiculous. Why I have to came to the office 7 in the morning, just 2 hours before the working hours started? Because the parking lot is so few, I have to occupy one parking lot. In order to that, I came here 2 hours earlier. Now it's in the evening. I still have to work. It is so ridiculous.
Mikey, you can have a FIKA.
Yeah. Can have a coffee.
Who told you you can drink that damn coffee?
What? Why not?
You are not allowed to lay back in China's richest city.
What? China? No, this is Sweden now. I'm in Sweden. FIKA is legal. No? Why nobody's here? Where am I? Am I in China or I'm in Sweden? Oh my God. Well, so it's a dream. I'm still in Sweden. It's not Shanghai. Great news. Hello guys, China Uncle Mikey here. You know, I have been working in Sweden for almost 6 years. I have co-workers, colleagues talking about to have a rest during the day, during the working time, to have a cup of coffee or to have a rest, have some kind of snacks during the day. It reminds me another quite important topic, which is the Swedish FIKA culture in Sweden. So today I'm going to talk about that. So for every language, I think there are words, literally translation is not able to fully explain the culture and the custom behind. The Swedish word fika is the untranslatable words in Sweden in this sense. Actually, I think in the other Scandinavian countries such as Denmark or Norway, they do have these similar activities, but they just don't use the word fika. Well, so what is fika? From a Chinese perspective, my understanding is it is a break during the day that you can have a cup of coffee and snacks and biscuits, have a chat with your coworkers and friends. I mean, to have a nice fika, that you need to serve it with the awesome, nice Scandinavia coffee, right? But it can be introduced in any time during the day. It usually take 10 to 15 minutes to sit together with the colleagues, and it can be prolonged to several hours. It's really depending on the topic that you are interested in. So here's the main discussion here. Why do I talk about fika in this video? You know, I'm not going to introduce you all the cakes and the sweets available in Sweden, and I'm also not that familiar with the brands in Sweden of the coffee. Although my wife loves coffee, she usually bought packages and packages of coffees and hand carry them back to Shanghai from Sweden for gifting. I bring fika in this video mainly to discuss the fika culture in the working environment in the majority of the companies in Sweden, to discuss how the Swedish society is well-being in the majority of the companies to provide a decent, awesome working environment to the majority of their employees, but not exploit their own employees. There's a Working Hours Act in law to protect the workers do not work too much in Sweden. So first is the working hours. Let me read this. So first, it's the working hours. According to this act, your regular working hours in Sweden should not longer than 40 hours a week. And if you have like overtime and on-call duties, which is apart from the regular working hours, it should not more than 48 hours a week. So usually these working hours are agreed between the employers and the employees via a collective agreement that you can sign. Another part is the rest, so like the breaks and the rests. So employees have the right to have an uninterrupted rest at least 36 hours in 7 days period. Usually it is a weekend for 2 days, right? Another part is the breaking time, such as lunch break, which isn't count within the working hours, but the employees may not be asked to work more than 5 hours without a break. So by law, you have to have a break during the 8 hours day, so which usually is the fika. So fika is in such kind of break, and usually once in the morning and once in the afternoon. So other things like nightly work is usually principally banned, but exceptions can be agreed in your collective agreement. So other things like the unions are on the employee side to fight for the individual rights if something went wrong, rather to be as a puppet for the employees, such as like in China, the union is always on the employer side, so which is totally wrong actually, principally. Vacation days are agreed between the employers and the employee to have a relatively long vacation period for the employee to enjoy life, to travel around Europe, to Italy, to get some awesome view lying on the beach, and especially to relieve yourself from the working stress. Actually, some other things like the managers here are always asking like, are you satisfied with your working environment? Is there anything more that the company can provide you to work comfortably in the office, such as like facilities, that all the accessibilities of the facilities, like ping pong tables and massage rooms, shower room and the gym, are all accessible for regular employees here in Sweden, and it's not prepared for some privileged, party bosses in the company. That's the key in this sense for this conversation, right? So it is accessible for everyone almost. Has the right to enjoy the facilities in the office, in the company, that you can release yourself and stretch yourself, have a short period of relaxing, which is the key benefit for here working in Sweden. Yeah, sorry, it's raining outside, so I had to stop the shooting plan and come back to the home to continue the topic. So here's the thing that I want to highlight in this video. It might seem quite usual and ordinary in terms of the, rest or FIKA time or breaking hours during the day, during the working hours, and all the law clauses designed to protect the worker rights in this country, in Sweden. But it might be a thing that in the other countries people are still fighting, and it might cost life. It's not a privilege granted when you are born. It might be your Swedish ancestors fight it for life, and now you do have such kind of well-being working environment. It might be pretty hard for you guys to imagine in the other countries people are forced to work at least 12 hours 6 days a week with almost none overtime payment. It is all under a name of the contribution of building a great nation. You wouldn't be able to believe how hard it is to protect your working rights when the union, the police, and the laws are designed to protect the employers, but not the employees. You wouldn't be able to believe, even when you work so hard, try to change your life, that working at least 16 hours a day, but you are still in a state of poverty. It is only because of the social system is designed to keep the majority of the population in a state of surviving, that the controlling elites can secure their position of a ruling class in the country. So, to conclude, the purpose that I'm making this video is aimed to tell the people who are born in Western democracy world to appreciate the human rights you are granted. The situation might different by countries to countries, but at least you do have your rights to ensure you can work decently. Please don't forget, these rights are not granted freely. It costed lives in the history. I hate to see lazy people who are not doing anything in life when the social system isn't designed to enslave and exploit them. If the social system is relatively equalizing everyone's opportunities to enable you to get to succeed, then don't making excuses for your incapabilities. Yeah, China Uncle Mikey. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It might be not a video that totally regarding to the FIKA culture, but it is a extended ideas that I inspired by the FIKA culture in Sweden, and hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in next video.